how was your second speech? It's a lot to live up to, Seth. That was really great. So you're going to hear me say impressed a lot. So what did go well in that speech? You were really confident and comfortable up here, which again is really impressive for this being your second speech. You used a really great range of vocabulary. You actually used fervent, which I think you're the first and the only so far. Does that count?
Give me that one. We got to get some momentum.
Okay, there we go. But even some of the phrases that you used, poisons that enter our unconscious mind, those were really great phrases that painted a picture for us that we could visually see within our mind. I really like the angle of the speech. I did not understand where you were going with the field of vibration in your title, and totally get it and understand it now. And I think that was a really great way to kind of wrap it all together. And you were really good with no audible pauses. You were really confident, strong in speaking. You did a really great job overall. There are a few things that you had asked me to look for, the first one of those being body language. So you're a pacer, which is good. You just got to take some time. And you did that. There were times that you kind of planted yourself. And then the other thing that you do quite a bit is you're a hand talker, which I am like the worst offender. See, I'm the worst offender around. So it did not distract for me, but I could see possibly where it could distract from what you're talking about at the time from other people's. The audience was very engaged. That's something that you had asked me to look at. I think that you did some things that actually brought us in. The closing of our eyes, the doing the you could hear some nervous giggles around the room, but that did help everybody kind of be centered and they were engaged with what you were talking about, so that was a really good angle. One thing that you could possibly do, when you brought up the slide, I was trying to like look around you to see what it said. So maybe when you get to the medical science portion of your speech, that's when you bring the slide up. And hopefully all the technical stuff will work out so it doesn't distract from your speech, but I was trying to read what was behind you. And then once you went into the medical science, you kind of explained it without having, to point along. So maybe bring it up then. So that's when people are kind of engaged there. And then maybe perhaps instead of asking the question of how many people have had fears, because we all know we have fears, start with a personal story on how your fears have held you back to really engage the audience. And I think a lot of people would relate with some of that as well. And lastly, you had asked if you were convincing and persuasive, and I absolutely think you were. You did a really great job of presenting. I look forward to your next speech. Can't wait to see this one redone. That is the purpose of this one. You're going to take this feedback and redo a speech. So looking forward to it. Great job.